Hi, my name is Christina. Welcome to Bible Stories for Kids and Their Parents. Today you will learn, He has risen too. Jesus appears to His disciples. Not just that, I also have a secret for you at the end of the video. Be sure to hit that red subscribe button and like the video when it is finished. After Jesus rose from the dead, His disciples were sad and confused. They didn't know what to do, and they missed their friend and teacher, Jesus. One evening, all the disciples were gathered in a room. The doors were locked because they were afraid that the people who had hurt Jesus might come after them too. Suddenly, something amazing happened. Jesus appeared right in the middle of the room. The disciples were so surprised. They thought they were seeing a ghost, but Jesus spoke to them with a gentle voice, "Peace be with you." The disciples started to feel calmer, but they still couldn't believe their eyes. Jesus showed them His hands and His side, where He had been hurt on the cross. The disciples looked closely, and they realized it was really Jesus. They were filled with joy and amazement. Jesus told them again, "Peace be with you." He wanted them to feel safe and not be afraid anymore. He knew they needed comfort after everything that had happened. Then, Jesus breathed on them and said, "Receive the Holy Spirit." This was a special gift to help the disciples be brave and strong as they shared Jesus' love with others. But one of the disciples, Thomas, wasn't there when Jesus appeared. When the other disciples told him that they had seen Jesus, he didn't believe them. He said he needed to see and touch Jesus' wounds himself. A week later, the disciples were together again in the same room, and this time, Thomas was with them. The doors were still locked, but suddenly, Jesus appeared again. Jesus looked at Thomas with love and understanding. He invited Thomas to touch his hands and his side, just as Thomas had asked. Thomas was amazed and said, "My Lord and my God." Jesus gently reminded Thomas that it's good to believe even without seeing. Jesus said, "Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed." Thomas now believed completely. The disciples were so happy to have Jesus with them again. They knew now, more than ever, that Jesus was truly alive, and nothing could separate them from His love. Jesus spent more time with His disciples, teaching them and encouraging them. He told them about God's love and the important mission they had to share that love with everyone. Jesus told His disciples to go out into the world and tell others about Him. He promised that He would always be with them, no matter where they went. The disciples were no longer afraid. They knew Jesus was alive and that He would guide them. They felt strong and brave, ready to do what Jesus asked. Jesus then blessed His disciples and reminded them once more that He loved them very much. The disciples felt that love deeply in their hearts. After some time, Jesus returned to heaven, but He left His disciples with a promise. He told them that He would come back one day, and until then, they should keep sharing His love. The disciples remembered everything Jesus had told them. They gathered together often to pray and encourage one another. They were a strong and loving group, united by their faith in Jesus. Everywhere the disciples went, they told people about Jesus. They shared His message of love and hope, and many people believed and joined them in following Jesus. Even though Jesus wasn't with them in person anymore, the disciples knew that He was always in their hearts. They were filled with joy, and they lived their lives for Him, knowing that one day, they would see Him again. Here is the secret I promised you. Did you know there are nearly 2,000 thunderstorms on Earth every minute? Be sure to like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.